Hello everyone, so welcome once again to my YouTube channel, and there is a good news for you guys that the circuit diagram of air compressor is also going to be live on my YouTube channel from today, and you can see this diagram and understand because the air compressor, it is one of the critical equipment on board because it compresses air and keeps, and air is one of the most important part which is required on board a ship to run a ship. So there are a lot of consumers of the compressed air. As you can see in this diagram, this is the broad layout of the air. So here we have two main air compressor, we have two main air reservoir, we have emergency air compressor, we have emergency air reservoir, and the main consumer of this compressed air is our main engine. It is started by the compressed air at 27 bar. We have three generators. It is started by the compressed air. Then we have lot of consumers here. It goes to IG system, boiler system, or the actuators. As you can see, all these are consumers, and these are the valve numbers written which valve control air to the which consumers. So we also have the control air and the general service air compressor and reservoirs. So air is required everywhere on board ship. So guys, this video is going to be little longer because there are so many small concepts which I want to explain to you guys. I will be explaining it not only once or twice also. I will be explaining so that it is made very clear to you to understand why it is there, what is the function, what is the use of that particular component or timer. So have patience and watch till the end because lot of things will be coming in the end. I will be explaining them. So this is the circuit diagram of the number one main air compressor. So this is the first page, and we have the second page. We have power diagram here. We have the main circuit breaker. We have main contactor 88. We have overcurrent relay, and we have the motor here. And then our control diagram. This is the full control circuit. This is the transformer which steps down the voltage for the control circuit and the indication lamp. So here we have the source light, we have running light, and we have red light for the two alarms, low well pressure and the high air temperature. Here we have the timer circuit. We have the alarm circuit here, pressure switch, low well pressure switch, and the air temperature switch. We have the alarm circuit here, and the next page we have the start stop control, and here we have the DPU connection. So let us go to the start and stop control of the circuit. See, where here we have the start stop control. First of all, we have a selector switch for the local and local and remote control of the compressor. Most of the time the compressor is in remote connection. So once the remote connection is there, circuit will be on and off through a pressure switch or from the DPU here. So we will start the motor first locally. So once it is in local, this line will be made. So connection will be through this. So this is a 3C push button. I will press this and the motor will start. See, connection supplies goes here, and relay 4 will get energized, and HM will also get energized. So what this 4 will do, first of all, it will give a latching to this push button, because once I leave this, motor should keep running. So this is a latching contact. So now 4 is energized. Let us go where 4 is. We'll go to the first phase 4. What it will do, this 4, as you can see, this will get closed, and 88 will get energized, and our this thing 88 main contact, it will make and motor will start. So this simple thing will happen. So our compressor motor has started simply with just a click of the button. But now many things will be keep happening in the control side for the safety of the compressor and the motor. So let's see what are the things happening simultaneously in the background. We have a 4 contact here. So this line, it will close. First I will tell you about the SV1. This is the solenoid valve 1. This is a drain valve. So what it does in the circuit. So this is a valve in the compressor side. So once the motor has started, this drain valve, it is open for first 30 seconds. Why it is open? There is two reasons. The main reason is, first of all, that when the motor is started, there should not be compression of the air, because once the compression is happening, it will draw large current. So to reduce the starting current in the compressor, we keep the drain valve open. So motor will start compression with drain valve open, so there will not be load and the current will be very minimum. So that is the first reason. And second one is, whatever the moisture has been accumulated in the compressor side, it will be flushed out in the first 30 seconds once this drain valve is open. Let's talk about the SV2. This is solenoid valve 2 for opening of the cooling water line. So as soon as the this four contacts this closes, this line will get supply and SV2 will get energized and cooling water will start. But this SB1, this is not starting for 30 seconds as I told you, because this 2Y contact, it is open now. So now as you have understood the function of 30 seconds timer, now I will explain it to this circuit how it is happening. So now this line 2-1, this is a timer circuit, this is a 30 seconds timer. GTN S2 is the model, this is the on delay timer. That means this 2-1 will get on after 30 seconds because there is a timer in this. So now in the 30 seconds, this SB1 is open, motor is running, compressor is running with the drain valve open. As 30 seconds has passed, now this 2-1 will activate, it will close contacts. So where is 2-1 we will see, 2-1 is here. Our 2-1, this line is made and our relay 2Y will be energized. Once 2Y is energized, our this line, drain line gets closed now. Now drain valve is closed and the compressor will start the compression of the air. Now we will see what else is happening. Now we have a cross line here about 2-2 relay. It is also getting supply now. So 2-2 is also a timer circuit, as you can see 30 minutes GTN S2. This is also on delay timer. That means it will delay for 30 seconds and then only it will operate the contacts. So we will hold 2-2 for now because it will activate only after 30 minutes. So what else happened here? As you can see 2Y has now closed this. Okay. Also 2Y, we have a 2Y NC contact here. NC is normally closed. Once 2Y has energized, it will open. So now we will open this 2Y. See why it has happened, why we are opening this 2Y, because now we don't need the 30 seconds timer. It has already done its work. It has kept the drain valve open for first 30 seconds. Now we don't need it in the circuit, so it is just opening this 2-1 timer. Once the 2-1 timer has opened, this circuit will open and now our both 2-2 and 2Y, this and this is getting supply through this here. Okay, we have another contact of 2Y relay here. See, now I will tell you what is this. This is the line for the low level pressure. This is the pressure switch. If there is a low level pressure in the motor, it will shut down the complete system. So that is why we have low level and we have high temperature. If the temperature of the air being compressed is high, it will trip. So we don't want the motor to be tripped for the first 30 seconds, because in the initially 30 seconds motor will be running and lube oil will be building up. So that is why we have one 2Y contact here to prevent the motor getting tripped on low lube oil. So for the lube oil low pressure and for the air temperature, we have another relay 28x1 and 28x2. So suppose the temperature of the air is very high above the limit, so now this contact will be made and now this relay will get energized 28x2, and we have a latchy contact here 20x2 is energized. What this 28x2 will do, it will open here. This is a NC normally closed, now this will open. So this is a open circuit and now the complete control line, it has lost its supply from this part, from down this below. This is open, this part has open now, so it will de-energize the relay 4. We have relay 4 here. Once the supply has been cut here through this part, our 4 will de-energize this. This part will open here and 4 will open here. Our some complete motor will be stopped. 88 will de-energize and this will open. Now I have a question for you guys. As you can see, there is a 3R here. This 3R, what is the purpose of this? 3R is, it is a push button. So what it does, why it is in the circuit, you have to think and write in the comment section why this is there. Now let us come back to our relay, timer relay 22. As I have told you, this is a 30-minute timer. This part I am talking about, this 30-minute timer, it has started counting. Suppose the motor has been continuously running for 30 minutes. Now what will happen? This timer, it was counting for 30 minutes. 30 minutes has completed. Now this 22 relay will activate, it will open and close the contacts. So where is 2 contacts now? 2 we have here now. This 2 it will close the 2i relay. 2i relay is open now. Okay, we have the 2i here. This will now open the drain valve again. Why it has opened the drain valve after 30 seconds? I want you guys to comment down in the put the answer in the comments. Now again 2y, which was we have also one contact here 2y. This was open because this relay was made and this was open. Now once this 2y has de-energized, this relay 2y has de-energized. Now this 2y it will be made now. Again 2y is made. Again timers 2 1 it started counting for 30 seconds. Again after 30 seconds this 2 1 will be made, and again this line will be made. 2y will again get energized. Again this will close, and this same cycle has now happened, which happened when we started the motor. So now I will summarize what is happening. The motor has started after 30 seconds, drain valve got closed. After 30 minutes, drain valve again got open, and for 30 seconds it got open, and after 30 seconds it got closed. So I want you guys to tell me in the comment why the drain valve is opening every 30 minutes if the motor has been continuously running. Next we have the alarm circuit here. How this is happening? See, once the we gave the supply to the control supply, this 84 T, this is a 30 seconds timer again on delay timer. It will get on, 84 T will close, and 84 will always be energized. Once the motor is running, 84 will be energized all the time, and it will be giving a signal, normal signal, that everything is normal here. This 84 is closed, and into the ECR everything is normal. Now anything happens, anything in the sense, if this 2 28x1 20x1 28x2 or 51, if anything is opening here, this line will get off, this will get stop getting supply, and 84 will get de-energized, and this 84 will open, and abnormal alarm will start sounding in the complete engine room. So this is the sending alarm to the DPU, distributed processing unit. It will give alarm to the engine control room. Okay, we have a lot of signals coming from the DPU, as you can see. Now once our motor has started 88 relay, this will close here also, this will close here, and run signal will go to the ECR. I told you about the selector switch 43R. Once this is closed, this will give a signal that the motor is in remote. Now I have explained the major part of the diagram. The only part is left is the remote control of this circuit. See, it is also very simple. Only the remote control is this part, DP1, and we have remote start and remote stop here. So signal will be coming from DPU to close this 3C. It will close, and the motor will now run from here, this part. I will just erase this complete part and explain to you. See, now once we have the signal to start the motor in remote, this line will be made. This is open now. Okay, no supply here. Now we will get a supply from DPU to start the motor from here. See, 3C is start. Now our 4 will get energized here, as you can see, 4, and 4 will get close here. This is a latching contact, and again this HM will get energized. Now similar thing, same thing will happening what I explained you. 4 got energized when we started the motor locally. So the PS1 and PS2, it is the pressure switch for starting and stopping of the motor remotely. I told when the remote operation is happening, signal will be coming from DPU, and this will be the primary decider whether motor will, when the motor will start and stop. So suppose PS1, as I told you, we have two compressor, main air compressor. We have one here and one here, two. Okay. Now suppose we have to maintain 27 bar pressure in this reservoir. 27 bar. Okay. Now motor one is lead, or you can, in other terms, you can say primary. Okay. This is lead motor. Now motor will be running and giving air to this reservoir. Once the 27 bar has finished, it has completed, it will stop. Now what happens if the temperature goes below 25? Suppose there is a consumption of air from this reservoir for starting of the main engine. Air pressure is reduced below now 25. Once the pressure goes below 25, motor will again start, and again it will fill till 27. So if the pressure goes below 25, it will start, and if it reaches 27, it will stop. Now this is happening. This is the pressure switch will be doing on PS1. Okay. Now we have, this is lead compressor. Okay, sorry, this is the follow compressor. FOLLOW, follow. This is lead. Okay, in other terms we can say this is secondary compressor. Now this motor compressor is starting at 25 and 27. This is the range 25 to 27. Suppose the pressure goes below 24 or 23, whatever setting may be, exactly I don't remember. Same relay 4 is getting energized once the motor has started remotely. Okay, now I have explained the major part of this diagram. Only thing I have missed out is now this part. See, I will show you here. We have two pressure switch, PS1 and PS2. It is written for lead, it is written for follow. What is this now? Now what it will do, now that means this compressor is not able to keep up the required pressure, or if there are lot of consumers, so many equipments are using air, so the air pressure is reducing very fast. So now once the pressure has gone below 23, it will give a signal to the second compressor, the pressure, air compressor number 2, to start the this compressor to keep the required pressure of 27 bar. Okay, this is the follow. Now it will, once it has reached 25, this second compressor started at 23. Once it reaches 25 or 26, it will stop now, because it will not go till 27, because 27, for reaching 27, this is the compressor. For reaching the minimum threshold value, we can say we have another pressure to PS2. So this is the meaning of lead and follow, and PS1 pressure 1 switch 1 and pressure switch 2, what it is happening. So PS2 will be deciding the start and stop of the follow compressor, and PS1 it will decide the start and stop of the lead compressor. So that's all for the air compressor circuit. So guys, I have tried my level best to keep the explanation as simple as possible, so that even the new learner, the new engineering students who has completed college or is still studying in the college, can understand this diagram step by step, line by line. I explain each and every part. So please do show your love and subscribe to the channel, like it, and do give your comments how you have liked the video, and tell me the next video, next circuit diagram you want me to explain in my next video. I know already there are a lot of requests coming in the comments. I will be taking them and making video one by one onto them.